The crystal champagne flute trembled in her grip as Michael Warren raised the picture of murky dishwater above his wife's head at his parents' anniversary dinner, his mistress Amber standing beside him with a triumphant smirk. Elena sat motionless, her $12,000 Valentino gown about to be ruined, while 50 guests watched in horrified silence, none of them knowing the woman being humiliated had quietly built a $50 billion real estate empire over the past decade. The dirty water cascaded down her face and shoulders as Amber's hand connected with Elena's cheek in a vicious slap, her stiletto having just been stepped on accidentally. That's what gold-digging trash deserves. Michael's mother, Patricia, laughed from across the table, her wine glass raised in mock celebration, completely unaware that the company name on her own paycheck, Warren Global Properties, belonged entirely to the woman now dripping with filth. Elena's eyes, cold and calculating, behind the wet strands of hair, fixed on Patricia's face as her mother-in-law's laughter echoed through the ballroom. What would happen when Patricia discovered she just mocked her actual employer? How would Michael react when the wife he'd publicly degraded revealed she owned everything he'd ever dreamed of having? And what devastating move would Elena make when she decided his entire family deserved to be left with absolutely nothing? The dirty water wasn't just water. It was the remnants of the kitchen mop bucket Michael had specifically requested from the catering staff, wanting his humiliation of Elena to be as degrading as possible. As the brown liquid soaked through the French silk of her gown, Elena Martinez Warren remained perfectly still, her posture impeccable despite the gasps echoing through the Grand View Hotel ballroom. She'd trained herself over 10 years of marriage to show nothing, reveal nothing, surrender nothing of her true self to these people. Michael, isn't this a bit much? His father Richard finally ventured, though his voice carried more amusement than concern. He adjusted his tie, a Christmas gift from the generous corporate office of Warren Global Properties, though he had no idea the woman currently being degraded had personally approved that bonus. A bit much. Amber's voice cut through the murmurs like a blade. She stepped forward, her red dress strategically tight, her youth deliberately on display. 26 to Elena's 38. This pathetic woman stepped on my Jep Zenote heels. Do you know what these cost? Elena knew exactly what they cost. She also knew Amber's credit card had been declined twice before Michael's card finally went through. Elena's private investigators had documented every transaction, every hotel room, every lie told over the past 18 months. But that information sat in a secure file, waiting for precisely the right moment. I apologize, Elena said quietly, her voice steady despite the sewage water dripping from her chin. It was an accident. The apology made Amber angrier. She wanted rage, wanted tears, wanted the wounded animal response that would justify what came next. Instead, she got controlled civility, which somehow felt like its own form of defiance. That's when Amber spat directly in Elena's face, the saliva mixed with dirty water sliding down Elena's cheek as the ballroom fell into stunned silence. Even Michael looked uncomfortable for half a second before his mother's laughter shattered the moment. Oh, this is better than cable. Patricia Warren clutched her stomach, her diamond bracelet catching the chandelier light. Michael, where did you even find such a doormat? I've been telling you for years she was dead weight. Elena's hand moved slowly, mechanically, to wipe her face with the cloth napkin from her lap. Her movements were precise, controlled, the gesture of someone performing a rehearsed action. Because she had rehearsed this, not this exact scenario, but something like it. She'd known for 3 years that this moment would eventually come, had prepared for various versions of her husband's betrayal becoming public. What she hadn't fully anticipated was the specific cruelty of his family. Participation. Richard Warren worked as a regional property manager for Warren Global Properties, overseeing a portfolio worth $800 million. He'd held the position for 6 years, received stellar performance reviews, earned a salary of $340,000 annually, plus bonuses.